Children Day celebration, which also we celebrate the birthday of our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal ji. That makes very important for our country. The time we got freedom and the theme for this year, a better future for every child. It is more relevant right from the independence, the day today we gathered here. I'm sure this post-pandemic, this is very essential for children. So therefore, we are celebrating this day as a special day, and rightfully so that we are launching the Apollo Paediatric Psychiatry License and Education Program. And this is the first program in the country. Therefore, it is very important, not just for Chennai or Tamil Nadu, but for the entire nation. And I welcome, we have lots of friends from press. They always support us in creating any program we launch in Apollo to take it to the public so that they're aware of these programs and they get benefit out of the service we provide. With us today we have Ms. Priyanka Pankajam, IAS officer. Madam, welcome to you being part of today's program. She is Executive Director, Tamil Nadu Cooperation and Development of Women. And also we have artist Gouri. I think she will be joining with us. And we have some very brilliant, young, dynamic students and children with us. Illamparuthi, Master Illamparuthi, the under-14 world chess champion. And also we have Soumya from Vidyodaya, and Duru Nair is kind of, in the young age he has established so much as a child, and so we are very happy. And especially our special thanks to our Managing Director, Ms. Suneeta Reddy, and our Vice Chairperson, Ms. Reddy. They continue to support for us in terms of clinical support, infrastructure, technology. Apollo, as we all know, that is an organization which brings the best international standard care to our patients in India, not only in Chennai, across the country. We have about over and above 70 hospitals. Each one of those hospitals are providing services which are of international standard. Today is the day we are launching this special program. The first program in India is Apollo Paediatric Psychiatric License and Education Program. We have Dr. Sri Lakshmi, very experienced doctor, and welcome Dr. Sri Lakshmi joining us and taking up this program. And she was working in Cambridge University Hospital, and she has joined Apollo. She comes with a very rich experience in the field of treatment, education, training, and her profile is huge and vast. And since the day I met, we've been discussing that how these programs should benefit patients, not only for Apollo, but also for the community, how to work with the government. I think it's going to be very interesting. It's first of this kind in our country. I'm very proud to have you with Apollo family. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Apollo. And this special day we are launching this program. I'm sure that it will be a great success for not only for Apollo, for our nation. And I also would like to welcome many pediatric consultants gathered here, and children's gathered here to celebrate this Children's Day. And they have been great support for the hospital, and of course they will be supporting this program. And I'm also happy to welcome Dr. Illamparuthi, our liver transplant surgeon, to part of Apollo today. And I also thank for the marketing department and unit head Niranjani, and medical superintendent Dr. Shobana, and other team member Lakshmi, and the marketing vice president Naveen for helping us to put through this program. And once again, warm welcome to everyone. Thank you very much.
A very warm welcome to everybody present here. I'm extremely honored to have been invited to the launch of Apple. Being a psychology student myself, yes, I was a student in Christ University and psychology was one of my majors. And considering the fact that I started off my career extremely young, I was a child actor once I started and I'm still transitioning. I strongly believe that the formative years as children that we go through, I am blessed with an amazing family. My father is here with me and I have been extremely grounded through my childhood and the growing up phase, which is extremely crucial to who you become today. Having said all that, the stigma around mental health is extremely high. Being somebody who studied over the age of social media, internet, all of these added pressure that as children we all face. During the pandemic, as ma'am rightly said, there was a need to have a detox from social media or have, like the pressures were so high that people would fear to even accept the fact that they are going through a difficult time in terms of emotional well-being. It is a disturbing fact, that is sure, but we must come to terms with the fact that help is around the corner. And even in social media these days, there's a very healthy talk about how it's okay to reach out. And I have personally been a part of many psychologists and the talks with them to just say it's okay, because being in my early 20s myself and having transitioned to something very new, and I'm in a very competitive field. There is competition in every arena that we go in, and saying that it's fine and getting help, like Dr. Sri Lakshmi rightly said, that the pressures as children we face, sometimes home is also not a safe space. Schools, like she rightly said, 7 to 8 hours every day, bullying, pressures, and being academics. There are so many challenging aspects that as children we all face. So the launch of Apple has been an extremely pleasing one, and I wish to see it grow, not just in Chennai, over Tamil Nadu, over the country. And Apollo, considering to be the most esteemed institutions over the world, it is not a surprise that we have come with the idea of something so innovative and groundbreaking like Apollo. And we should always support and encourage and destigmatize the fact that, like a physical illness, you have a headache, you have a fever, you go to the doctor, and it is exactly the same, if not more sensitive, when somebody is telling you that, okay, this is giving me anxiety, this is stressing me out. So that's where it starts, but it can lead to something big. So like Dr. Sri Lakshmi said, prevention is around the corner, and we should definitely do that. And it is also, I did not know the details about Apple, but now having heard everybody speak on the dais, hopefully I have become sensitive, and it's easy to talk about these terms and label everything around. But it is very coincidentally that today morning I was listening to a TED talk which talks about how to identify if somebody has ADHD. So when you talk about ADHD, ASD, and these mental disorders, people think that you're very different or you're very quirky and you're eccentric and all these things. But in fact, even the smallest of thoughts that you have may be a sign that it's the cause of ADHD is anxiety, and anxiety can occur from even the smallest stress factors. So that's about it. I think it's rather than overcomplicating anything or saying that getting psychological help or visiting a psychiatrist is considered to be such a taboo, I hope that this platform, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak about it, because being a young person myself, I vocalize on this everywhere, every platform I go to, and hopefully this becomes the norm in today's society. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of the future with all the wonderful youngsters here, and on Children's Day, what better can we do? In fact, we were discussing that sometimes we seem to forget Jawaharlal Nehru, who actually started off, and he had this love, passion to really focus on the next generation, on children. And in our day-to-day lives, we sometimes forget the fact that literally the country's progress, economic future, health, wealth, everything depends on our investment into our youth, our children, because they are the ones who literally will take the country forward. So whatever we do, every little step which we do has to be in the direction of nurturing them. It's like growing a plant, it's like growing a tree. You know, if you take care of the seedling, then you get a beautiful tree. And I think that is really what the intent is. To focus, you know, why did we choose Children's Day to focus on mental health in a way? Why did we set up psychiatry, not just a department of psychiatry, which is done, but a psychiatry liaison department? Because we always know that little bit, you know, when a child is unwell, when a child is having some kind of a medical issue, it's always good to look at the mental aspect of it. And instead of, you know, intervening, because there is a stigma, it is a bit hard to say somebody needs a psychiatrist. But if we can have someone who will handhold the child and the family and take them through the journey of, you know, of ill health, take them to a space where they're confident, where they know they'll get well, and they really want to work with the families and the doctors to get well, I think it's something we have to do. It's a commitment from, you know, Apollo Hospitals, from a leadership perspective. And I'm so glad, and I love the fact that we called it Apple, because literally speaking, an apple a day keeps the doctors away. So if we get the psychiatric, the mental aspect of it, maybe they won't need so many interventions into the hospitals. Maybe things won't get so serious. So with all this in mind, I'm so happy and excited about the launch of Apple. I'm really thankful to the team here for making our young children come in doctors' courts and give them a chance for the future. I have to share a personal story. You know, from the time I was 8 or 9 years old, I used to wear a step and a doctor's coat and go around saying I'm Dr. Preeta, because I really wanted to be a doctor. It's probably one of the noblest professions ever. So if all the youngsters in the country can be motivated to be doctors, I think the institution would have done a great thing. So I'm happy for that. And for all our chief guests and guests of honor, thank you for taking time out to participate. You truly will inspire the next generation. And of course, my sister Suneeta, a colleague who holds the Apollo torch burning brightly, she really pushes them for better performance and deep focus into, you know, how the clinical work is done, how the outcomes are done. So I think this is another step in the right direction. So I'm really happy to be here. And the child in me wants to celebrate be a child for a few minutes. So happy Children's Day, and may the children of our country bloom and blossom. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, it's such a special pleasure to be here amongst you. Priyanka, our beautiful movie star Gouri, and our chess champion Master Illamparuthi, and of course Dr. Sri Lakshmi. What a wonderful world we live in. 2 years ago, the only interaction our children had was through the screen. You know, when they were learning from their computer, their interface was only their parents. And look at us today. You know, 3 years later, we have so much to be grateful for. And today is my day of gratitude. And as I said my prayers this morning, I said, you know, I'm going to go and see this, speak to the children, speak to the doctors at Children's Hospital. And for me, it always holds a special place in our heart, because they are our future. They are the reason why we're all here today. And I'm truly grateful to each one of you. Our wonderful doctors, I can't name all of you, but I truly deeply appreciate the work you do, our management, and all of you for bringing it together to make this hospital ranked 112 in the Newsweek international edition. That really speaks volumes. It means that we are the best in India. So congratulations. I'm very proud to be part of this team. Of course, to Malti and the Shine team, you know, they have 100,000 children which they look after, and I think it's 100,000 opportunities to do something more. Dr. Sri Lakshmi spoke about contributing to the society and the community, and I know that she's going to do a wonderful job with Apple. I'm not going to speak on Apple because I think you've heard everything, and you have Dr. Sri Lakshmi here, but really, you know, we have 100,000 reasons to do so much more to society in Chennai. But why should we be restricted for Chennai? What I want this to become is a crucible of development of what we can do for children in India. We have 440 million reasons why this should succeed and why we should scale this program. So I request members of the press to really give it that focus, because there is so much we can do. I mean, we can change the lives of children. We can do it through telemedicine, we can do it through computers, we can do it physically, but we must do it. We must always remember that we are the ancestors to our children, and we actually borrow from their future. You know, all of you would have heard of Greta Thunberg and Malhalya, and they won Nobel Prizes. 2 children winning Nobel Prizes for peace and working for the environment. If 2 children can do that here, this organization represents so much more, and we can have a greater impact. So that's what I wish for you today. Have that great impact. Think beyond the walls of Apollo Children's Hospitals, because nowhere else can you have this opportunity to do so much more for the future. Remember always that we are borrowing from the children's future, and therefore we have a duty to do so much more. I know we think we do it out of kindness. No, but it is a responsibility. It comes from the heart. Yes, you have to be kind, but this is the responsibility that we hold. So let me end with my favorite song, We Are the World, and I've actually written it down together. But you know that one line, we are the world, we are the children who make a better world. And there is so much we can do. There is to improve the life, the health of our children and of the world around us. So let us all give this commitment today, because that's what we owe the future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste for the opportunity. Indeed, when I was invited here, I wasn't given the topic as to why I am being called. But today, after attending this event, I really think what we are addressing here is a very important topic. As we deal with 50 lakh self-help groups across the state, I really think the moment we start addressing the mental health and the mental well-being of children, they are the people who are going to form the future of Tamil Nadu tomorrow and the future of the country later, right? So it is not just about the disorders, the attention, hyper, ADHD, ASD, and a lot of disorders that people were talking about. It is also about achieving the emotional and development milestones that every child has to achieve. It is also about a holistic growth that the family and the society that it will achieve, because the child has grown to be a very holistic human being. I think this as an initiative is a wonderful step and a welcome step, and something that one should have started much earlier. I'm really glad that we've started it now. And in fact, when I was talking to the National Health Mission Director of Tamil Nadu, they were in fact thinking about something very similar, because a lot of kids got addicted to the internet and the mobiles during the COVID breakdown. Right? So what is that the government is going to do because of that? And how is that we're going to wean people away from this addiction and bring them back to the right track of education and moral values that one needs to have to develop in the society. So I really think this is a wonderful initiative. I wish the Apollo management a great success in this initiative. And like Madam rightly said, this is an initiative that should grow beyond Tamil Nadu, across the country, and beyond the borders of the country. Thank you so much.